Come Wander With Me has the distinction of being the final full episode shot for the original Twilight Zone. It was also one of the last to air, hitting TV screens on May 22, 1964. There are behind-the-scenes details aplenty, and the story itself seems to be up for some debate, so here is my interpretation. Floyd Burney is a popular musician known as the Rockabilly Kid, with hits like Your Tears Ain't Enough, My Honey Tree, and Baby Don't Hang On. How do I know this? It's written on the side of his car. A car that he drives into the backwoods of an isolated little town with a broken bridge. Burney abandons his vehicle and walks into a music shop. The store has significance to Floyd, since a few locals told him that's where he'd be able to pick up some new material to adapt. He meets a stoic old man there who barely speaks, overpays for an old guitar, and begins hearing a haunting song in the distance. In the forest, he walks past a tombstone with his name on it and a mysterious cloaked woman, but he doesn't see them. The musician soon runs into a girl named Mary Rachel and tries to get the song he heard out of her. Mary Rachel is hesitant, saying the song belongs to somebody, and she promised the Rayford brothers not to sing it anymore. Floyd charms her into teaching him the song, called Come Wander With Me, and Mary Rachel quickly falls for him, even though she's betrothed to Billy Rayford. Burney deceptively promises to be true to her. His only real aim is to make the song his own, as he records Mary Rachel's rendition. Things take a turn when Billy Rayford shows up. Richard Donner directed his 6th installment of the series. It would be his final to air. Come Wander With Me is not his best outing, but I don't consider it as subpar as some of the reviews from the time period have suggested. In the Twilight Zone companion, producer William Frug went as far to say, quote, "Come Wander With Me was too soft, and Dick Donner and I knew it. It was a script that read good, but Jesus, it just didn't work. I wouldn't do it today," unquote. I actually think this is a very well-shot episode with a fascinating idea behind it and an emotionally evocative ballad at the center. The story isn't laid out in a traditional fashion, and I could see that bothering viewers at the time, but it holds up to modern viewing and rewatches quite well. Far from perfect, though. What I'm trying to say is, it's better than For Magnus with Love. One-time Zone scripter Anthony Wilson had a significant career for himself over a few decades, writing and producing plenty of TV projects. His teleplay has the makings of a classic, but it may have been a bit too far ahead of its time. Come Wander With Me also faces some structure and character issues that make it hard to wholeheartedly endorse. Showing us Floyd's grave before the first commercial break may have upped the intrigue, but it also deflated tension right off the bat. My biggest problem with it is the Rockabilly Kid himself.
Come on, Jackie, you're missing the beat now. How much?
I'm bespoke.
Bespoke? What is that supposed to mean, bespoke? You're bespoke, I'm Floyd Burney, so what?
The guy's a lying, unsavory jerk. Gary Crosby plays him like a real heel. There should have been some kind of redeeming quality beneath his annoying way of speaking and arrogantly boorish demeanor. If he was smoother in the scenes where he seduces Mary Rachel, this all would have been more forgivable. But he makes it so obvious he's a snake.
Would you really take me away?
Oh, far from this sad world, Mary Rachel.
And you'd love only me?
Only you, Mary Rachel, only you.
If you're wondering where you've seen Gary's face before, it bears a striking resemblance to his father, Bing Crosby. Maybe you've heard of him. He also acted for many years in various TV shows and movies. Some fans think the Floyd Burney character was meant as an allegory for Elvis Presley, stealing songs from other cultures and making them popular to wider audiences. I can certainly see that theme present here. A folk song like Come Wander With Me isn't exactly in Burney's wheelhouse, and his intentions to exploit it are ultimately punished. Bonnie Beecher as Mary Rachel is almost too innocent. I'll admit, she has an authentic wistfulness and believable longing look when interacting with Crosby. She successfully attracted sympathy in her role, and her singing is a highlight of the episode.
Come wander with me.
The Come Wander With Me song was created by this installment's composer, Jeff Alexander. It's been used in other media since, including the 2003 movie The Brown Bunny, and recently, the Netflix series Baby Reindeer. William Frug and Richard Donner recalled in later interviews that Liza Minnelli was originally considered for the role of Mary Rachel, but she was passed over for Bonnie Beecher. Both producer and director have taken sole blame for this on separate occasions. Minnelli, of course, went on to become a huge star, but could you have seen her as Mary Rachel? Let me know in the comments. If she got the job, we would have had the offspring of 2 major stars from the previous era in one show. All things considered, I think Beecher did a pretty decent job and sold the character with her melancholy manner. The other 2 performances have this strange quality to them.
Nobody comes here. I ain't got nothing they would want.
I seen you, and folks heard your sugar talking about taking her to Norfolk.
The old man, played by returning cast member Hank Patterson, and Billy have next to no emotion in their voice, as if they're just going through the motions. That detail ended up tying into the twist. Floyd and Billy get into it, ending with Bernie Jeff Jarretting Rayford to death. Just then, a new verse of Come Wander With Me starts playing on the tape recording, singing about what just occurred. From then on, Mary Rachel tries explaining this has all happened before and pleads with Floyd to hide from the avenging Rayford brothers instead of running. He doesn't listen to her and leaves Mary Rachel behind after she dons the cloak seen earlier. Bernie books it back to the music shop where the old man refuses to hide him. Floyd knocks him out or kills him as he prepares himself for the approaching Rayford brothers. All the instruments start going haywire and a gunshot is heard. The episode ends on Rod's narration, speaking under footage of Bernie's tombstone. I think this is just a purgatory time loop that Floyd and Mary Rachel are trapped in. It's likely tied into the song he tried to steal and its importance in the region. I'm guessing it probably contained some kind of supernatural characteristic.
It's our song. It belongs to us and we belong to it.
There are other theories online out there, like Bernie really did just experience this for the first time, and whoever hears the song is drawn into Mary Rachel's web of death, taking the place of her former lover. That would make her a kind of siren-type character, wouldn't it? Floyd's tombstone being shown at the beginning sort of throws cold water on this theory, though. Personally, I like when a piece of work creates a discussion like this. Not everything about Come Wander With Me is clear, but its nebulous nature can be one of its strengths. I'd recommend this one. Floyd's over-the-top personality is the most negative aspect about it for me, but that doesn't make it a bad episode overall. Check it out and tell me what you think was really happening. The true answer may always be lost in the ether of the Twilight Zone.
Away from this sad world, come wander with me.